Ndị be anyị kenekwanụ m unu. Anyị si ka nke onye chiri ya zerụkwa. Anyị si n'ụbọchị nke taa dịrị na anyị na mma, na ihe ya dịka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ, otu anyị kwuru otu akọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka o si dị, ihe a bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si na-ewetara ya bụ ozi ọnụ ụjọ gị na ugbu a n'iru akwụkwọ kpasịta maka ya bụ ife unu na anụ na-eme n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya. Anụ nwere onwe a na-azụ n'ala Igbo, ya bụ ife ka na-ewetara na Eastern News 24. Ya wetara n'iru akwụkwọ bụ n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ according to one of the Biafran activists, and he quotes, "Stay on the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court case, matters are rising." Biko tupu nga n'ilu, biko were ayịyọ nchọrọ iyo ndị Igbo ndị nne na-anụ unu n'ụbọchị uruchi nke taa. Biko napụ ife ọbụla ị na-eme, gee ntị na this update aji maka ya wee bịa. Ọ dị very important. Ịghọtago? N'ihi a ka ihe ama ife azoro ezo achọrọ ikpuchiri unu. Ife azoro ezo, the game Nigerian government na-play ebe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nọ. Gee ntị na this video. Cool down and watch here from the beginning to the end. Then leave why with your own comment, with your own suggestion. If you channel dig, over to you, sir.
Now, the prosecution witness said there was a box. Yes, there was a box found in the house, and in that box there were 2 pump actions and 2 pistols with bullets in that same box. So now, in that same box, they said there was a transmitter. Listen very carefully. In that same box, there was a transmitter. So that means that was the box that the transmitter was imported with. Now, in that transmitter, they say open the transmitter, and they open the transmitter. And in that transmitter now, they said that there was no transmitter inside when they opened the transmitter. Now, what they found in the transmitter now is household items. They did not specify the household items. So this was the testimony the masked witness gave. So let me recount it for you again. 1, there was a box. In that box, there were 2 pump actions, 2 pistols, bullets. Now, in that same box again, transmitter was on one side, and inside the transmitter, the radio transmitter, there was no radio transmitter. According to the witness, what was inside the transmitter was household items, of which wasn't specified. Beautiful, well and good. Let me take you down memory lane a little bit, because we are heading somewhere. Where I'm taking you to now, we don't have to do anything now. Leave that thing you are doing and focus on this video now. Let's go on. I want to do something to you. Remember, Nnamdi Kanu is facing 7 count charges, amended. The 7th count of terrorism. So what I'll read out for you now. Listen very carefully. The charge says importation of radio transmitter, count 7, charge of terrorism against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this court that this witness is testifying this thing. Listen to the charge now. Then let us corroborate it, juxtapose it with that testimony. Listen. He is accused of importing of a radio transmitter Tram 50L. That is the name of the transmitter. Tram 50L. Transmitter hidden among household items, which violates section 45 subsection 2A of the criminal code. Now, do you hear it? He is alleged of importing a transmitter. That means there is a transmitter. Did you hear? The charge says, let me read it again for you. Do not hear me well. I said focus on this video. Focus. Hear me well. Don't get it twisted. He said, they said on the charges that have been submitted against him, alleged importation of Tram 50L. He is accused of importing a transmitter. That is the charge. The transmitter. There is a transmitter, according to the charge filed by the federal government lawyers. Magam, no. Now the transmitter was hidden inside. Household items were used to conceal it like this, and instead of importing it as household items, instead of importing it as transmitter, he used household items and they imported it as household items. That is what this charge, this terrorism charge, is all about, and it was added to his charge, and he's facing trial for this particular act, for importing the transmitter. Now listen, let us establish the facts from this 7 counts charge. 1, there is a transmitter. Yes, they said there is a transmitter, that he imported a transmitter and used cloth to cover it. Established fact. 2, there were no weapons found in that charge. In fact, in the whole 7 count charges of Nnamdi Kanu, there are 7 count charge, of 5 of which is terrorism. No one weapon was in the 7 count charge. In this transmitter discovery, from the 7 count charge of terrorism, no one weapon or bullet was found, but according to them, there was a transmitter that was found. That is the fact. No weapons, but a transmitter. Now, let us go to the testimony of 13th June, which is yesterday, because today is 14th, Saturday. We are recapping this testimony of the transmitter that happened yesterday. Let us go, after establishing these facts, let us now go to what the witness said. The witness that claimed that he was in charge of this whole operation. Let us go to what he said. Listen carefully. When they asked him what was found in the container, he said 2 pump actions, 2 pump action guns, live bullets, 2 pistols and cartridges. Then when they ordered Benjamin himself to open the transmitter, and when he did, we only saw household items. Please, let us establish a fact in this now before we even corroborate or juxtapose this. What the witness said, look at the facts here. 1, in that container now, guns were found, bullets were found. That is the facts we're establishing in this one. And also, in that same container, a transmitter was found. And when they were asked to check the components of the transmitter, open it with screwdriver, open it round, what was found in the transmitter was no transmitter, but household items. Does it corroborate? How? It doesn't corroborate with the initial charge. It doesn't corroborate with the charges that were alleged on Nnamdi Kanu as a terrorist, that he imported Tram 50 transformer, because in the charge sheet there is no gun there. Remember that Nnamdi Kanu was accused of importing transformer for the purpose of broadcasting violent messages, secessionist messages, giving directive to his supporters to commit crime and evil against Nigerian state, that the transformer's purpose was to further the cause of IPOB, that they have found this transformer. That was why the transformer was imported, and they were really, really happy that there is a transformer. Now the witness has come out to say, in the transformer, we have to open the transformer now. And what we saw inside the transformer was household items. And even in that container now, we saw guns. You see what is going on? Do you see? The original charge was that the household items was used to conceal the transformer. Now, in this testimony, he's saying that the transformer is used to conceal the household items. The transformer is now used to conceal the household items here, while on this one, the household items is used to conceal the transformer. On this one, we do not see any gun and weapon. We saw transformer. We saw transmitter. Sorry. Now on this one, we saw guns and weapons. We didn't see transmitter. Does it make any sense? The theory of the transmitter is already established since, because it has a name, Tram 50L. and the purpose of which was accused in the charge sheet, that he's using this transmitter to commit this and this and this crime. So how come all of a sudden now it turns out that there's no transmitter? That in fact what was inside the transmitter was clothes or perhaps household items. And for what it's worth, I think it would be good for the public or for the world to know what these household items actually were, so that tomorrow no come and say the household items are dangerous household items. The household items are also items that can be used to carry out terrorism. Specify the household items. Now, very important. Also, in the 7th count charge of terrorism, there was no place, nowhere it was stated, because guns are not things that can hide in a box. Guns and weapons and bullets are not things. These are weapons, and they're the first things to be detected by any security agents in a search. How come that when this charge was being made and presented to the court as a terrorist charge, that there was nowhere that a gun was mentioned, that it was a transmitter that was meant to be used to disseminate propaganda? That was what was claimed that was found. And all of a sudden now, they are now saying that guns were actually found, but no transmitter. Are these people actually ready to, are these people playing with Nnamdi Kanu or what? Like, did we come to this, are they in the court to prosecute Nnamdi Kanu, or are they in the court just for the sake of being in the court? Because at this point, it looks like something is off with the prosecution, and I think it's time for the defense lawyers, Kanu's lawyers, to take advantage. And that is why I was lamenting yesterday. Many of you did not understand. When you see a room to take advantage, you do it. Nobody knows it all in this life. You say, okay, they are lawyers, we should let them do what they want to do. A lawyer can only do the best he can do with the facts he has in his hand. A lawyer is as good as his evidence. He is not a spirit. Simple. The same with a doctor and others. A doctor will only treat you when you tell him what is wrong with you. Not be God when you be now. What now? Doctor when you be, not be God. If you don't tell the doctor what is wrong with you, if you don't tell a doctor what is wrong with you, how will he treat you? Stop looking at lawyers like they know it all. These people are human beings. They have problems at home. They don't know what is wrong with you. You are the one that have your case. Even this Nnamdi Kanu's case now with 50 and co, they don't know anything about it. It is what you tell them that they use to defend you. We that are spectators, sometimes you even see clearer than people who are in the pitch. Yes, you see clearer. Sometimes the lawyers and the defense, they're under pressure, they don't see clear, and you point out their errors for them. So don't ever feel that you don't have a right to say a word or two in advice, because if actually they are on their toes, yesterday when the prosecution was saying all these things and the witness was saying all these things, they would have rolled out the tanks, debunked it there, and ended the case. I know why I'm saying this thing. Some people will feel let the judge handle, let this one handle. You don't know Omotosho. If you know Omotosho, the justice, you'll be very careful in allowing false narrative to be spoken against you in his court. Because Omotosho only works with evidence. Listen to me now, I'm talking to you, listen to me. Because I'm at this point, I'm unhappy with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spending an extra day in that court. So people will come in the comment section and be saying anything they want to say. I'm not going to bother myself with that. I have been using my platform to do my best to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu comes out of it. And I will always be truthful about every situation. Calling out their lawyers is very important in this also. Because sometimes they used to sleep. I've been watching them since. Sometimes they used to sleep. You have to put them on their toes, encourage them, but still tell them on that. Because we need this guy out of here. Why are you playing? Is everything emotions? Let's go on. They don't know it all, please. Lawyers don't know it all. They're not God. They must be in their toes all the time until he is free. No matter, we can quarrel, we can fight. So long as we are fighting for the same thing, I don't have a problem. Do you understand? I know that we are looking for the same thing, so I'm not angry because I know that you are under pressure too. Like I'm under pressure. We are all angry for the same thing, for the same purpose, which is good. But let us turn our anger to the right thing. Let me take you further to the nitty-gritty of these whole findings. Follow me. Number one finding here is this: no transmitter was found. The prosecution claims a Tran 50L transmitter was illegally imported, but the witness clearly testified that upon opening the container, only household items were found. No transmitter. This one already destroys the core of the charge, because the charge says that I am putting it to you on this 7-count charge that a Tran 50L was, discovered, whatever you want to use. Now, this testimony of this witness has already automatically struck out that charge, because this is saying here that there was no transformer. Therefore, the defense lawyers should be very, very observant to see that Kanu has already had a count struck off. Bakam, nothing like transmitter again in his charge. Do you understand? Let's go on. Number 2 discovery here is that in the charge there was nothing like guns mentioned, and all of a sudden in this house, in this container they're searching, according to the witness, he said they saw guns and weapons. So what has the guns or weapons have to do with Nnamdi Kanu? Testimony meant to blackmail him or turn the courtroom into a charade. That's not why we are here. So that one is already dead on arrival and should be seen as an attempt to blackmail or to rope him into what is not even in the evidence book at all. Also, number 3, there was no mention of Nnamdi Kanu in all this. The witness never connected the container or its contents to Nnamdi Kanu. The only name mentioned here was Benjamin. And this Benjamin has never been linked to Nnamdi Kanu to any illegal importation, except they're going to bring Benjamin to the court to testify against Nnamdi Kanu, whoever it is, and of course testify finish. Kanu, you must prove evidence that yes, Nnamdi Kanu, smuggled such container that contains those guns with you, for you. But I don't think he should be allowed to get to that point, because like I said, these guns and anything is not part of his charges. If the lawyers do not stop them from this charade, they will tomorrow bring rockets, and then tomorrow bring gunship and bombs, and the case will keep on going on. There should be a line. You've already accused this man of 7 things, and in these 7 things you don't have anything. So you're trying to make it more ambiguous than it was before. There must be a limit to this. This is a court case. Let's go on. There was no evidence, number 4, no evidence of concealment or smuggling. The charge also alleges concealment of the transmitter among household items. But since no transmitter was found and nothing suspicious was recovered, no concealment or illegal importation is even proven. Listen to me, focus, watch me. Did you hear it? I'll say it again. The charge alleges concealment. You understand? But since there is no transmitter now, you say he hide transmitter, but now there is no transmitter. So no concealment or illegal importation is proven, because we say that he illegally imported something of which now that thing does not exist. Are you flowing with me? Let's go on. This gun, number 5, guns are just a distraction and are not in the charge. I have already said this. The testimony introduces guns and ammunition which are not part of the 7th charge. This irrelevant reference distracts from the charge and may even prejudice the court. You see? But it has zero value for proving transmitter importation. What are you bringing it for? We're talking about the 7th charge of transmitter. You are bringing in guns. The guns you're talking about is not in the 7th charge. What are you people doing? This is why I'm talking about the lawyers. This case should have been ended by yesterday. This case should have been ended yesterday, and I'm praying that on Monday you end this case. On Monday, I'm giving all of you lawyers, please, on Monday, end this case. These people, they are playing with it. It has turned to something else. This is not how to prosecute a high-level criminal, in quotes, or a high-level terrorist, in quotes, by jumping here and jumping here. This is not the way. The pure advantage now on the defense side, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers, to pounce on this now. Let's go on. Number 6, no customs or shipping evidence also represented in all this yesterday. Nothing. For importation charge, the prosecution must provide customs records, shipping manifest, or container tracking documents. In this case, there is zero documentary proof that a Tram 50 transmitter entered Nigeria via Apapa or any route. I didn't see it. If you saw any evidence of that, let me know, because I didn't see any evidence yesterday. Automatically, this is struck off. Then, number 7, no dates or timeline were corroborated. The charge alleges this happened in December 2014. The witness testimony offers no dates, no time frame, or sequence of events, making it impossible to tie the testimony of this alleged offense. It's as clear as that. Clear. Number 8, there is no forensic or technical evidence of a transformer. Yes, a Tram 50 is a specialized radio communication device. If it actually existed, it could be physically examined, traced, or even shown in photos or forensics. Yet, the prosecution offers no physical exhibit, no technical report, and no proof the device was ever in Nigeria. Are we still dragging? What are we still doing in the court? Kanu Agabi, what are we still doing in this court? What are we still doing in this court? And the last but not the least is the prosecution is trying to convict by association. There is a legal disconnect. Even if Madubuku opened the box, and even if the container was suspicious, which it wasn't, of course, the prosecution failed to connect the act to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu personally. So you cannot convict someone on a serious charge based on a mere association or suspicion. What are we still doing? When people see it now, this case is already a victory. We are heading for victory already. This is why I was not happy yesterday, because I just saw a clear victory that was missed. If Kanu's lawyers had just shut their mouth yesterday, I'm not sure would have just known that. Forget. I know I have 3 or more days to judge this case, but this is how this case is going to go. Forget about whatever will happen. This kind of display in court, you lead the judge will know where he's going to judge his case. Far thing. When somebody comes out to say that a transmitter he found is no longer a transmitter, what again is the person doing in the court with you? And what are you doing? Sitting down and listening to the person? You will stand up. Say, my Lord, according to the 7-count charge, you object and you counter what he said with evidence that actually there was meant to be a transformer that was accused, associated with my client. Now you are saying there is no transmitter. Then why did you even arrest my client in the first place? So what if it was only 1-count charge of illegal importation that you are holding him on, and he has spent all these years in DSS dungeon for this particular charge of illegal importation of transmitter for illegal broadcast? You now come today and say that there was no transmitter found. Why then did you allow my client spend all these 6 years? Do you see what I'm saying here? You're just keeping him for nothing. And the lawyers cannot object. This is my case. On Monday, definitely is going to be another hot day, and I'm expecting fireworks on that day. I don't want any dull moment on that day. I want everybody to know what is going to do. The course examination must be teeth and nail. Everything must be on point, because the days are no longer much again, and the judge Omotosho is a pragmatic man. It's not a man that you can throw on the carpet or because he likes your story. Facts. He deals on facts. So this transmitter story is clear as water. It does not corroborate. It is not linking. The story is not matching at all. What the witness is saying and what the charge sheet of terrorism is saying is not the same. Therefore, it cannot even stand and should be struck out immediately. As a terrorism charge, it should be immediately struck out. I expect it on Monday to be struck out first before that day runs out, because the story is not adding up at all. If you've watched me to this point, thank you and remain blessed. Wherever you are watching around the world, Africa, Asia, North America.
Ndị be anyị ngwadalụ ole nọ dịka unu si wee na-esola n'iru akwụkwọ n'ihe nke anyị na-eme na Eastern News 24. Ka efi were ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile nọ n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Ka efi wee ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife drọpụrụ ife iche n'ụdị nke gị, ngwa nke mesịa na ụmụnne m.